Talkers. I'm Brock Gorton.
I'm Tommy Haley.
And Tommy, not as packed of a show now that we're no longer talking about wrestling on this podcast. If you missed it, we now have our own separate wrestling podcast. We Are Not Entertained. It goes live every Monday here on the channel at noon, just like BTT goes live every Thursday at noon here on the channel. Tommy, this is our dedicated rest of sports.
Sports.
Yes, and what better way to start off and kick off sports than with what is happening in the MLB? Because, Tommy, things have been a-changing since we last talked about the MLB and the playoff races.
Yeah, they have. It's like, who had the second spot when we last checked?
The Reds.
I believe the Reds did have the second spot.
Well, that has changed now.
Yeah, so the Cardinals have won, what?
7 straight.
7, 8. I thought it was 9. Well, they swept the Padres.
Yeah.
So they've played some pretty good baseball as of late.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Yeah, they have. Tommy is currently looking up what they've gone so far.
No, they won 9 straight games.
Great.
They unfortunately swept. This is dating all the way back to the 11th of September. So they beat the Reds. So they beat the Reds on September 11th. Then they beat the Reds on the 12th, and then sweep New York and sweep San Diego, and they won their first game against Milwaukee yesterday. Brock, they're going to do it.
Black magic.
I wouldn't say black magic. I would say they're playing baseball at the right time.
Black magic. Adam Wainwright is reverting back to his form 10 years ago.
Well, that, and they also got John Lester, and I forgot who else. When I first saw that, I'm like, interesting.
Black magic.
It's not black magic.
It's that evil east side of this state, black magic.
It's not black magic. It's called playing good at the right time, and they are playing really good at the very right time.
Yeah, whatever. But let's give the updated standings since you started with the NL. Dodgers closing in on the Giants for that top spot right now.
What, in the West? Absolutely.
I think it's a one game lead that the Giants have now. 1 game lead.
It
is getting...
One of those teams is hosting a wildcard game, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
And we'll probably play the other once they win the wildcard game. Because,
exactly.
I mean, unless the Cardinals pull something out of their butt in the wildcard game, because I'm assuming they're going to be the ones that go.
Like, they're playing great baseball at the right time. Especially when they're making... Because, like I said, they traded for John Lester... And I forgot who else. I don't remember who else. But, like, I remember seeing those during the deadline. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, good low trades by them. That's what I thought.
Definitely wasn't, we're not... Definitely not going in October. They were like, yeah, we're going to make the move to try and go in.
Yeah.
I mean, Cincinnati, I think they still have to play the Cardinals.
I do believe so, yes.
No, they don't.
No?
That was their season finale. So you kind of have to basically win out the rest of the season.
Who do we play the rest of the season?
You have 2 more games against Pittsburgh as the day of recording this. You have a 4-game set with Washington in Cincinnati.
That's winnable.
You have 2 games in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago.
That's very winnable.
And you have 3 games on the road against Pittsburgh to end October.
All those are very winnable series.
Those are very. I don't know about you have 2 games set against Southsiders.
They are winnable.
Brock, you want to talk about the AL and how much of a mess that? How much of it just
Well, let's give. So, how many games back is everyone in the NL? We did not say that.
New York is a half game out right now of that second spot.
No, of the NL.
Oh. Cincinnati is 3 out of that second spot. San Diego is 4 out, Philly is 4.5, and the Mets are 7.5. They're pretty much out of it.
Mets have been eliminated.
Mets have not been eliminated from playoff contention, but they're kind of out
They're
of that
eliminated.
second. They're basically eliminated.
But yes, let's most certainly go to the AL, Tommy. Oh my God!
It's tightening.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting very close because
Like
the three teams, because
like the buttholes of all the fans of the teams that they're watching.
cheeks are clenched.
Yes,
Cheeks are very much clenched. So Boston right now, as of now, has a game and a half up on Toronto.
for the first wild
For
card
that
spot.
first wild card spot. They don't play anymore, by the way. Their season series between Toronto is done. They're done. However, Boston still has to play 2 games against the Mets, another 3 against the Yankees in Boston,
Oh,
3 more in Baltimore, and then 3 to end the season in Washington. Toronto's schedule, they are playing a series right now against Tampa, so they have 2 more of that. One today, the day of recording this, and then one tomorrow, and one Wednesday, the day after this is put out.
mm-hmm.
They have a 4-game set in Minnesota.
Yep.
They have 3 at home to end the month against New York. And then they have 3 more at home to finish out the season against the Orioles.
So what you're saying is,
One of those 3 teams is either going to be... One of those 3 could possibly, depending on what happens, could be hosting a playoff game. One of those 3.
what about the other teams? There are 2 teams from the West that are still technically alive.
Yeah, Oakland is. Oakland has 3 games against the Mariners,
That series will decide which from the West will
basically.
get a shot.
So I'm looking at Oakland's right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Oakland, after these 4 against Seattle, these games are in Oakland. They have the Houston baseball team for 3 games from
The cheaters.
from the 24th through 26th. They then go back to Seattle for 3 to end the season of September, and then they go to Houston to end the season.
What is Seattle's schedule looking like?
Well, I mean, they play. They're playing Oakland. They're playing Oakland right now.
How many back are they right now?
They are 3. So they have another. So like I said, they have 3 more against Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they have 3 more in Anaheim.
That's a
against the Halos,
very
which they
winnable series.
That's a very
That's
winnable
a
series
sweep.
for them. They could easily sweep that series.
Yeah.
Then they have 3 more at home against Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
and then they finish the season at home with the Halos.
That's
One of these teams is hosting a playoff game, and one of those teams is going to that playoff game.
yeah. And then the winner is playing the Rays.
Winner's playing Tampa. So it could either be Boston and Toronto if the season ended today.
I would prefer that one, but there's a better one.
It could be Boston, New York again.
No.
New York, Toronto.
No.
Seattle, Oakland.
No.
Oakland, Boston.
No.
Like, literally, you can interchange
There's
that.
only one series that I want more than any of the other ones, and you know which one it is.
What, Toronto?
Toronto versus Seattle.
I mean, in the span of, like, this last part of the month, they're playing, 7 times?
Seattle and Toronto?
No, Seattle and... Oh, I thought you meant Oakland.
No, Seattle and Toronto. I want Seattle and Toronto.
One of those teams is going to host a playoff game.
Yeah. Yeah. No one is completely out of this.
2 of those teams are going to make the playoffs. 3 of those are going to be literally face on the window looking in.
It'll be intriguing to see what happens if the Yankees don't make the playoffs just from that fan base. Oh, it's going to be so great.
Oh, they're going to...
Oh, Yankees. Oh, it's going to be so great. Seattle and Oakland fans, if they don't make it in, it'll be business as usual.
It'll be business as usual for Seattle, especially Seattle. It'll be business as usual.
I will be intrigued to see what they will do the next year.
With Seattle?
Yeah, if they just miss out, what pieces they'll go after.
Here's the problem with Seattle. They can always get all the pieces, but for somehow, in some way, they will always... This isn't going to mean to sound like a bad thing. They will always find a way to somehow just fuck it up.
Yeah, they're the Minnesota Vikings of MLB.
And that hurts for you to say that.
Yeah,
that really
it does.
hurts you to say that.
It does. Maybe not the Vikings. I don't know. Who's never been to the Brown? Maybe they're the Cleveland.
So during the Factory of Sadness Cleveland Browns.
Just the Cleveland Browns in general, because they've still made the Browns have still made the playoffs and lost. Or hang on. Maybe the Carolina Panthers would be a good one.
I mean, they made a Super Bowl in 15. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The Cardinals? Not the Cardinals. They've been to a Super Bowl.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad comparison.
But Jacksonville has had certain good teams.
And have made runs to the conference championship like the Mariners have.
Yeah, made runs.
Breaking news.
No, it's just Gridiron Heights from Bleacher Report.
Oh, that got released today?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I didn't even watch the first one yet.
Me neither. I haven't watched them all either. Either way, we're in for a very interesting end of September and start of October.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens, we could get in-game 163.
I want that so much that we get a 163.
We could. It is not outside the realm of possibility. It is in the realm of possibility that we could get it.
That we could be getting we could get the elusive 164.
I mean, we could.
We could. So here's...
Either way, like I'm saying, two of those 5 teams are making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And 3 of those are just face on the window outside looking in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could get... So hang on. We could get this scenario in the AL if things get really crazy. You ready? We could have a 4-way tie for that final spot in the AL wildcard spot, and they have to do a playoff game just for that.
They would have to do a little 4 teams. They would have to do a little mini bracket.
I know.
It's 2 games and then another game.
Yep.
And
then you play in the wild card. Oh,
that actually would be hella intriguing.
I would love that.
That'd be very intriguing.
We could get we could get the Toronto Seattle game, and then also Yankees A's.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully the A's would get.
So who would be hosting those first 2 games?
I don't know. I say they do a coin toss. Neutral site. All of them are played in Kansas City.
No, so
yes,
I think
that way there is playoff baseball in Kansas City.
I gotta pull up here.
I mean,
here's how they would do it. They would probably just do it like this. Let's see.
What, Toronto hosts whoever?
Toronto would probably host Seattle, and then New York and Oakland would play each other.
Who would host it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Toronto hosts their game against Seattle, and then New York hosts their game against Oakland.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Who you thought would host it. Or, because it's the middle of the country and halfway, they have it in Kansas City. So that way you have Blue Jays fans and Mariners fans in Kauffman, and me and you there too. And Yankees fans and A's fans in Kauffman, and me and you there too.
I don't know.
And then they play each other in Kauffman again. And we still get free baseball.
Who knows? It's in the realm of possibility that Boston could fumble and Toronto could just keep going, and they could take that one spot, by the way.
There is a possibility for that. It's an unlikely possibility, but there is a possibility. I don't foresee it happening, really.
Well, I mean, either way, one of these 5 teams is hosting a playoff game.
Yeah. Yeah. I love baseball so much.
God, this is going to be so awesome.
Baseball rules.
God, this is going to be amazing.
Baseball is awesome.
We could be looking at the National League, and just more importantly, looking at the NL West. Do we know San Francisco's magic number to get the division?
They play LA in the series right now. I think it's starting tonight. No. I think they play one more time this year. Don't quote me on that.
They did.
They did already? Do they play again?
No.
No? Okay.
They played the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th September.
Mm.
And the Dodgers only got one game out of that series.
Dang.
They also split a 4-game... After that, they split a 4-game set between the Cardinals. And then they swept the Padres.
Yep.
Swept the Diamondbacks.
Of course they're going to sweep the Diamondbacks.
Took 2 of 3 against the Reds this past weekend.
Yeah, listen, if we could talk less about that one.
So here's the Dodgers' remaining schedule. They're in Colorado for 3 games. They are in Arizona for another 3 games from the 24th to the 26th. They have the Padres at home for 3 from the 28th to the 30th to close out the month of September. And then they have 3 games at home in October against the Brewers.
Oh, we get a playoff series before the playoffs? Oh, man.
We could. Because they might be hosting that wild card game.
The Brewers?
No, I'm talking about the Dodgers.
Okay, but the Brewers won't be in the wild card spot.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. They're like neck and neck with each other.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, San Francisco's remaining schedule. They have 3 games against the Padres. They're in San Diego against the Padres. Colorado for 3 games in Denver.
Mm.
At home against the Diamondbacks. And then at home again to finish the season out against the Padres. Also, by the way, keeping on track of baseball, did you see that video of Tatis and Machado going
fighting?
At each other?
Yes, I did.
I mean, hey, they're basically fighting for a playoff spot. Things are going to get chippy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, all those two hate each other. There's an interview, I think, with Fernando he did with what?
I don't know.
Carabas and Ortiz or something like that. I don't know. It's like they don't hate each other. Do not crack that. Do not crack that way.
I'm not. That's what they need to do. This is what the Padres management needs to do.
I mean, they don't need to do that.
They need to crack the whip.
I don't say
get them in.
I don't think they need.
Rein them boys in.
I don't think they need to crack. Brock, this was you and me in that same situation. We'd be doing the exact same thing. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know about that.
I mean, when you're trying to fight for a playoff spot, things are going to get chippy between teammates.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Oh, I know. I remember being in playoff games and fighting my teammates.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's not out of the ordinary to see teammates almost, just draw at each other.
Yeah.
Do not crack that whip again, please. Do not crack that belt again, please.
I will not.
Either way, Brock.
I was literally setting it down.
I know, but we had a very busy weekend of football. Very.
Yeah, but before we do that, shout out to our boy, Salvador Perez.
Oh, yeah, Salvi, as of today, has 46 home runs?
46 home runs. He breaks the record for home runs by a catcher in a season.
He broke Johnny Bench's record. By the way, I don't think they got that ball back.
No. So, that Indians fan, I hate you. I want you to die a horrible, painful death.
Dude, seriously, just return that ball. They'll probably give you tickets. They'll probably give you sweet tickets for all we know.
Yeah, but no, you want to be an ass. Whatever. That's why nobody likes Cleveland, and Cleveland sucks. That's why Cleveland needs to be burned to the fucking ground. Whatever.
Either way, Brock, we had a very busy weekend of football. Just in general. Just football in general.
Yeah.
Both Saturday and Sunday was good. Let's just talk about Sunday.
So,
Saturday. Let's talk about Saturday first.
Okay.
Brock, hold on. Can I also say something? The Penn State whiteout.
High on that bucket list.
Going to a Penn State whiteout. It was in there.
Mm-hmm.
In that bucket list, in the top spots of the bucket list, it is shot up very high now.
Yeah. It is super high on that list now.
We had a lot of good 11 o'clock games.
Yeah, we did.
As much as I don't want to talk about it.
Are we going to talk about your Cornhuskers?
Let's talk about Nebraska, Oklahoma first. When
Hey, Tommy, let's talk about Nebraska football.
this is the only time we will ever talk about
No, it
football, by
isn't.
the way.
No, he won't.
Depending on if they beat Ohio State, which I don't think they will. They play Ohio State this season, by the way, just not out there.
Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P.
They're gonna get. They have like one of the hardest remaining schedules left in football. Just throwing that out there.
Well, you know.
They also played Michigan this year.
Well, that makes sense. You're in the same division, aren't you?
No, they're in the East. We're in the West.
Oh, okay. So what, you still have Wisconsin, Iowa?
Northwestern.
Oh, no, Northwestern.
Purdue and all that.
Oh, there you go, Purdue. There's a hard one. Indiana?
I don't think we play Indiana this season. I could
Are
be wrong.
they not in the West?
No, they're in the East.
I don't know the Big Ten.
They're in the East. So is
Okay.
Michigan State. We also play them this season.
So who's in yours? Minnesota?
Iowa, Illinois, Purdue, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Northwestern.
You lost to Illinois. I'm not letting you forget
It's
that.
the first game of the season. Who gives a shit?
You lost to Illinois.
Doesn't matter.
In embarrassing fashion.
Whatever. Either way, I mean, did you actually watch the game? Because you watched the other game we're about ready to talk about soon.
Yeah, I was watching something else.
I mean, I was flipping back and forth, but, I mean, Nebraska looked good.
Competent?
At least they put up a pretty decent fight against Oklahoma.
So, I don't know if that's an indictment on Oklahoma, which, given their track record so far this year, is probably an indictment on Oklahoma.
I'm kind of glad. I'm actually generally surprised they only held the final score. Oklahoma won 23-16. That was the final. Nebraska held Oklahoma to 23 points. The entire game, 23.
Including but poor Nebraska had an all-time, forever highlight reel
All-time
interception.
You mean
interception on them.
Can I be honest with you? That catch was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Not
it
gonna
was
lie.
amazing.
That catch was awesome.
It was probably the best catch I've seen in a while.
Yes, it was. I was like, there's no way he caught that ball. And then seeing the replay, I'm like, holy shit, he caught that ball. What the fuck? That was awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Of course, football purists would be like, well, he shouldn't have caught it because he gave up field position. Who gives a shit? He got the highlight reel for it. He's going to get put... That was like probably all over Sports Center the Sunday after.
More than likely.
More than likely it was.
I don't know. I don't watch ESPN anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
We have better things
Either
to
way,
do.
Nebraska only held Oklahoma to 23 points.
Yeah.
Well, like, that's like, good job. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. You held a Big 12 defense to 23 points. However, a Big 12 defense held you to 13.
16.
16
You were
points.
off by 3 points.
Sorry. A Big 12 defense held you to 16 points.
Also, but other than that, it's nice to see Oklahoma and Nebraska playing each other again.
Yeah.
There's just something about the uniform matchup as well.
Yeah.
When they're Nebraska wearing their road whites and then Oklahoma wearing their home like reds or whatever they have.
Maroons,
Maroons
I think,
or whatever
it
they
is.
half maroon or something. Maroon or something like that.
Crimson.
I'd say maroon.
No, Minnesota's maroon. I think they're technically maroon and gold.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Either way, it's one of the all-time uniform matchups.
Yep. It's right up there with BYU versus Utah.
LSU and Alabama.
Eh.
Did you know this, by the way? LSU only wears their whites against SEC home whites against SEC opponents.
I'm not surprised.
That's it. It's the only time that's the only time they wear whites. You noticed
Against SEC teams.
against SEC teams.
Because they always wave the white flag. Ah!
Sometimes not true.
Well.
look at a couple of seasons ago with Joey B.
Yeah, well, you know.
So yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a great game. Not gonna lie. The next game, however, before we start talking, the next game we're gonna talk about. Woo!
If it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. So Cincinnati.
So, on my Twitter account, did you see the tweet and did you like it?
I don't think I saw this week.
Okay.
I'm gonna check back and see that.
Please do.
Is it a quote tweet?
No, it was just me tweeting. I didn't put any media behind it.
So Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, you were out in what? Wentzville?
Edwardsville. I hadn't left
Edwardsville.
yet. Oh, you went too far. So it was just before that Phillip Rivers jersey. There it is.
Yeah, so Cincinnati and Indiana played.
Well, tell them what my tweet is. What
It's
my tweet
literally
said.
Cincinnati versus Indiana every year, please. This is a great game. And I have to agree, that was like a really great game.
I want that every year. Please. Please. Oh, we had Indiana fans tearing bleachers
Yeah, so
out of
I
the
don't know,
stands.
do you get copyright strike if you show that picture? I mean, you
Probably.
can put it like right if you want
No,
to.
I don't think I would.
Just put it right here.
Maybe.
Like you could literally see like the entire the Indiana student section literally tore out an entire bleacher from the stands. An entire bleacher.
Yeah.
What just like I don't know, man. That was crazy.
It was a phenomenal game,
Oh, it was a back and forth affair.
to say the least. It was... There was a span of 5 minutes. I kid you not. The lead changed 3 times.
Let me see.
It was in the... Well, it's not there, obviously.
Is it this one? Is it this one?
Yeah, that span right there.
Yeah. Like
Where the
they went-
lead changed.
They went back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth, back and forth.
It was...
It kind of was like it was like the dessert after like the week before with Ohio State and Oregon. That
Yeah.
was like this. That was like dessert.
If it wasn't for another game that happened at the 2:30 time slot, that might have been game of the week.
Yeah,
And you know which one I'm talking about.
I know which one you're talking about.
But congratulations to Cincinnati. I think they have next week off, and then they travel to Notre Dame.
I didn't know they played Notre Dame this season.
Yeah, Tommy,
Oh my!
I hope Notre Dame gets the brakes beat off of them by
my.
Cincinnati.
Oh, can we also talk about Notre Dame real quick?
Oh, Notre Dame, Purdue?
So hold on,
yes.
hold on. I wanted for context. If you've seen it, and you probably have, and if you haven't, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, why are you
Purdue
listening
has
to this?
like the biggest what?
Not the biggest drum. Mizzou has the biggest drum.
No, it's the world. I think Purdue it's like the world's biggest drum or something like that.
It's not.
So they have a giant.
Texas's is bigger, and Mizzou's is bigger.
They
Big
have,
Mo
like-
is the biggest
They
drum.
have a giant beat drum that they play all the time, and apparently
After every touchdown, they beat on it.
So it'd be kind of like how Carolina does the keep pounding thing, so they just pound after every touchdown or something like that. But either way, we're getting off track. The point.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame would not let it into their stadium
Because they're pussies.
Obviously because of that, but they said it was too big. Now, people have always seen where Notre Dame plays. You can see Touchdown Jesus and all that from the stadium and all that. Brock, that thing could have fit.
It could have fit.
It could have fit in Notre Dame Stadium. Like that thing goes wherever Purdue plays.
Yeah.
For some reason, wasn't in there for the game against Notre Dame.
Mizzou can't bring Big Mo because it's too big. Purdue
That's what
could
Notre
have
Dame
taken,
said.
But Purdue could have taken their big drum in.
Oh, they absolutely could have.
Because it's smaller than Big Mo. Big Mo, you've never seen Big Mo, have you?
Mm-mm.
Tommy, it's the size of 2 people. Tall. It's a big-ass drum. Like, it's huge.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of which, the final to the Cincinnati-Indiana game, 38-24 Cincinnati.
It was such a good game.
Such a good game.
Such a good game.
We had,
We had an upset at the 11 o'clock start time.
What?
In Morgantown. The 15th ranked Hokies lost to the Mountaineers.
Okay.
West Virginia is now 3-0 on the year. And they play Oklahoma next week.
Oh, they're in Norman?
Are they in Norman?
Yeah, they're in Norman for that game, by the way.
Well, we've already seen that Oklahoma struggles at home at Norman this year against mediocre teams, because that's what Nebraska is.
Either way, we're getting off track to... Let's talk about the 2:30 game.
No, hang on. Let's talk about the West Virginia upsetting Virginia Tech. They were up 28-0.
I didn't watch that game.
I did.
I was flipping back from Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Cincinnati, Indiana. I did not watch that game at all.
Let me put this in your head for you. West Virginia was wearing their highlighter jerseys and their highlighter helmet.
Really?
With blue pants. With their navy pants.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And my first thought was, that is the ugliest thing on the field.
God,
and then we saw what West Virginia Tech was wearing.
Those uniforms are so ugly, though.
And then we saw what Virginia Tech was wearing. You know, they normally have the maroon lettering on their road whites.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Look what the outline is.
Was it a white outline?
No. Bright ass orange.
It doesn't look like it from here.
Well, it is.
I mean, they got orange shoulders.
Yeah, it was the worst. So, you know how we were just talking about Nebraska, Oklahoma, good color game combo? Virginia Tech, West Virginia had a bad color game combo. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. But it was unfortunate, to say the least.
Those look nothing like what I think they would.
What, the highlighter Virginia Tech jerseys?
No,
Or West Virginia jerseys?
I mean, I've seen those before. So, it's nothing out of the ordinary.
No, but they're still hideous.
Yeah, those things are god-awful ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Either way.
2:30.
The 2:30
Oh, my God.
So, 2:30 game, you probably already knew this. So, it was the good old 2:30 SEC game of the week.
I will miss this next year.
It's gonna suck.
I hate you, ESPN.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna be so hard not to flip over to CBS on 2:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the hardest thing not to do. I'm gonna do that every Saturday, even though I know.
See, you say this, and you're not an SEC fan.
Right, but I've always known that the SEC is like a high profile SEC game is always on at 2:30 on CBS.
And even a mediocre one, if it's like Mizzou in 2015.
I know, but still, it would like the SEC is always on. SEC has always had that 2:30 time slot on CBS.
Yeah, yeah.
Either way, we're talking about Alabama, Florida,
and holy crap, what a game!
So first quarter,
Bama.
I was about ready to send you and be like, man, Alabama is playing different football than every other college program in the country.
Yeah.
Because, like, good God, they were just,
Dominating
the first quarter. They were at 21-0. It was the first quarter. I thought, well.
Here we go again.
They're about ready to smoke another team in the SEC.
But then, if you can't tell, that's me doing a gator chop.
Now, granted, Florida did kick a field goal in the first quarter, but still, they were down, what? 21-3.
So they were down by 6 field goals.
And then Florida's defense decided to play like Georgia's defense against Clemson week 1.
Yeah.
Like, they were just absolutely just getting key and crucial stops when they needed to.
Yeah.
Like, here, so this is like after the third touchdown of the quarter. Florida turned it over on downs. Alabama punted. Florida punted. Alabama punted. I think by what? By like the 2-minute mark of the second quarter.
2-minute warning?
Around like the 2-minute mark. They were like 2:11. Actually, no, it was like around the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Just says how long the drive was. Florida scores a touchdown. They miss their PAT. Remember, it's a key plot point right there. They miss a extra point.
God damn it, Timmy, are you back? I'll beat your butt.
Alabama then proceeds to punt. Florida proceeds to punt, and then Alabama just takes a knee to end at the half. So it's 21-9 at halftime. I'm thinking, okay, Alabama's gonna, pull this out, get their head straight, get their head out of their ass, and get their shit straightened out, and just absolutely smoke Florida in the second half. Yeah, no, it was not that.
It was...
Florida opens up the second half with a touchdown.
Yup.
Then Alabama proceeds to score another touchdown.
Yup.
Then Florida comes back and scores another touchdown.
Yup.
Alabama makes a field goal.
Yup.
So by that time, it's 31-23. So they're down, 8 points right now?
Yeah.
And I remember, I was at work when they scored that touchdown. I'm like, God, Florida is just staying in this game. Just won't go away. Then Florida scores again, a touchdown. They're within 2 points.
Key thing to remember again. They missed an extra point.
So on this touchdown, they failed their 2-point conversion. So you're thinking, well, all Alabama has to do is get a couple first downs and this game's over. No, for some reason they decide to punt. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Florida, I think, is out of timeouts at this point.
Could be, yeah.
I think they were out of timeouts at this point. So it was like, oh, shit, they just got to go for a couple Hail Marys and, they just got to go for, a couple Hail Marys and, they could, win this game with a field goal. That wasn't the case. I believe they just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. I can't explain what Florida did at the very end of the game.
It was very Mizzou reminiscent.
It was like, what the hell are you doing?
It would have been something Mizzou would have done.
Either way, Alabama puts a giant key win on their playoff card.
Yeah. As if that needed any helping.
I mean, they always kind of, years that they are in for a national championship, they have those giant playoff punching ticket games.
Yeah.
Against Georgia, against Florida, LSU, and all that,
Mm-hmm.
Florida has a tough road ahead for them. They still have to play Georgia, by the way.
Yeah, they do. They also have to play another team in the SEC East. MIC!
They're going to beat Mizzou, by the way.
Oh,
I could actually be wrong about that. I don't know. The way I watched Florida play at the end of the game, they could completely change how I see Florida.
Ask me how Mizzou will do.
So just throwing this out there.
After this week when they play Boston College.
So just throwing this out there, Florida still has to play Georgia. That game is in Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it's the world's largest cocktail party.
I don't remember what it's called. Either way, if they beat Georgia, they're going to be the SEC East representative in the championship. So that means they would have to play Alabama again if they actually want to make a case to go to the playoff.
And again, they can only be the SEC East representative if
they win out. If they win out and beat Alabama, I don't know how they would. This is very early. We're still in September.
Yeah.
College football. Still very early to see. Either way, depending on what happens, is the Sugar Bowl in rotation this year for the playoff?
Possibly. I don't know.
Could be wrong. I don't know.
Or is it Rose Bowl again? It may be Rose Bowl again.
I'm looking right now. What was it? The I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait,
it's 2021, right?
Yeah.
So the semifinal games this year for the 2021-2022 season are the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl.
Oh, hell yes.
So that means, depending on what happens with Florida at that,
Woo!
would it be the Group of 5 one this year? Would it be the Peach Bowl?
No, Tostitos.
Would it be the Fiesta Bowl?
Fiesta Bowl. But the Group of 5 this year, they're going to the playoff. Because it's going to be Cincinnati.
That's if they beat Notre Dame.
They will.
Just throwing it out there. Although, by the way, still though, Alabama looks like a fucking machine this year.
Yeah. By the way, I'm putting
there are seasons where they're just like a machine, but this season they're just a machine.
Yeah, they're back to being a big machine this year. By the way, I'm putting it out there right now. BYU beat number 19 Arizona State this past week.
Although Alabama has certain games that they can easily lose.
A&M.
They're in A&M this year.
Oh,
and
God.
they're in Auburn. They're in Jordan-Hare this year.
Oh, my Lord. Season. Can you imagine if they drop 2 games and A&M doesn't lose a game this year?
They're going to be the SEC representative in the playoffs. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how it's like the BCS. It's like a BCS kind of. You know how he always is saying the BCS. You know, if you beat the 1 or 2 team, you're pretty much have a really good chance of making the national title. But it's like now with the playoff, it's like if you beat Alabama or you beat a really high ranked team, and you win out the rest of the season and win your conference, odds are you're definitely making the playoff.
Yep.
I mean, if Alabama wins out the rest of the year, and say Florida wins against Georgia and they represent the SEC East and they beat Florida twice, they're in, and that's a
well, they're going to be in no matter what.
It's a guarantee. I mean, they already have that marquee. They have a win against Miami.
Yeah.
Florida.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about the Miami. We'll talk about Miami right now. Miami got embarrassed.
Oh yeah, they
Michigan
got straight
State.
up embarrassed by Michigan State. It wasn't even close.
So,
another game, a game that everyone was talking about that night, other than Arizona State and BYU.
That was. Did you watch that game?
No.
Tommy, it was a masterclass in.
Do you know what else was a masterclass?
UCLA losing to Fresno State.
Yeah, that was hilarious, by the way.
To a quarterback who was playing with one hip.
You know who else? What else was impressive?
That he did it with one hip.
A Penn State whiteout game. The whiteout is back. So that was just awesome to see, by the way. Although, hold on.
We are Penn State.
Hold on. I need you to calm down a second, because here's one thing I've always said. I always like that the crowd does a whiteout, but like, it's always like, you know, like the road teams wear white, and then the home team wears whatever colors, their primary colors they have. Like Penn State, they always wear those navy tops, white bottoms at home,
white helmet,
and just the white helmet with the blue line down the middle, and that's it. No logo on it, no nothing. That's as old school as it can get. There's no last names on their jerseys.
I love it,
and I love it.
It's the best.
But when they do a whiteout game for those big games of the year, it just hurts my brain that like Auburn did an all white. Let's put that. I'm just say that they did an all white, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if Auburn has a colored pair of pants.
Yes,
I don't think they have navies or orange or.
They have navy bottoms.
I don't think they wanted to do that against Penn State though.
I definitely do not have orange bottoms though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But like it hurt. But it always like every time they show a Penn State whiteout game, it just hurts my brain to see the other team and just like in all white, or like with Ohio State where they have the white tops like
silver pants.
Silver pants. That one really hurts my brain.
With the silver helmet.
I mean, you can see all the stickers they have on one side of their helmet, so it's kind of like hard not to tell.
Yeah, but still.
But Brock, that was. Fucking,
it's up there.
That was fucking.
It is very much up there.
That was so awesome to see that again. Finally again.
It's good to have crowds back, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good to have crowds back.
It's amazing. But
the thing that got me was all the people on Twitter that were like, "Oh, how can they have all these people in the stadiums?" And I'm like, because football, that's why.
Football, that's why.
Yeah, like, we don't chastise you for whatever your life choices are. Don't chastise us.
Exactly.
Like, get out of here. We don't care.
You
think we care when our team has a shot to go to a national championship? Hell no!
If I'm not mistaken, so did you watch the end of that game?
No, I had already switched it over to the BYU Arizona State
game.
At
the end of this game...
I was getting hyped.
So at the end of this game... Here, I gotta find the tweet. I gotta find this tweet, if I'm not mistaken.
And what tweet would that be?
It'd be the Barstool's tweet about how the game ended. So, by the way, Penn State ends up pulling out a win against a 22-ranked Auburn team. By the way, I'm just throwing it out there. Penn State still has to play Iowa this season, and that game is in Kinnick Stadium.
Oh, they still have to play against each other?
They have to play. They play Iowa this season.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they play Iowa this season. And that game is in Kinnick Stadium. That's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, it will.
Where the hell is it?
I don't know.
I have it somewhere. Like there's just something about that.
Oh.
So yeah, I found it.
Oh.
So around like the 3-minute mark, Auburn is like literally like knocking on the door to score a touchdown. It's fourth down. What do you... They lost? Oh, okay.
Air Force lost to Utah State.
Either way.
It's fine because it's Utah State, but it's still one of those. I'm kind of upset. Whatever. We'll beat Army and it'll be fine. Army and we'll be fine. I'm not mad.
Can you let me explain?
Not mad.
Can you let me explain the end of this game?
Go.
So anyway, Auburn is literally like what at the 2-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4th and goal. Brock, you played football. It's 4th and goal at the 2 line. You're literally knocking on the door. There's about 3 minutes left in this game. What do you do? As someone who's played football, what do you do?
2-yard line?
You're at the 2-yard line. You're literally knocking at the door.
What plays have we run leading up to?
I don't remember. It's just I don't remember what they did.
Well,
I just remember the play that happened on 4th and goal for Auburn.
Okay. Well,
what do you do? I'm gonna ask you that. What do you do?
How fresh is my O-line?
I don't know. Just think. What would you do? Quit giving questions. Just answer the question.
Run the ball right up the middle. Kill them. Smash their fucking faces in. Kill them all. My offensive line is more than likely, because as a former offensive lineman, in that situation, the O-line is like, let us run the ball. We want to run these motherfuckers over. Yeah, but we want to kill them.
I'd say more. It looked like they were more at the 2.5-yard line.
So you don't. I'm not saying run a QB sneak.
I'm not saying
you run a power.
I'm not saying run the ball either.
Oh no, run the ball. Run the ball.
If you're at the 1, I'd say run the ball. Go for it.
It could just because of the coaches that I had in high school, and
it's probably because
Coach Clemens. We were a almost exclusively run team.
Yeah, exactly.
And then under Jones, it was, a bit more balanced. But we still ran the ball.
So either way.
Run the ball! Run the ball!
It's 4th and goal.
Smash mouth, kill them all! No survivors!
Can you let me explain what the fuck happened and how Auburn lost his fucking game, please?
Yes.
Thank you. For fuck's sake. So either way, Auburn is at the 2.5-yard line. It's 4th and goal. What do? They do a fade to the corner of the end zone. I'm gonna say that again. They threw a fade. You can see where this went. It's an incomplete pass. The tweet from Barstool says make the fade illegal, and I highly agree with this sentence.
Nope. The fade is still a great strategy. But you know what they should have done, Tommy?
Yeah, does it have a high success rate of working all the time? Especially in that high leverage situation?
Well, see, this is what you do. You throw the fade where it's still where the wide receiver has to come back, and then you get a pass interference call.
And it looks like that's what they tried to do as well.
Yeah.
They tried to get that call, and it didn't... it looked really close, but not close enough.
Close, but no. You can't hear this. I have a cigar in my hand.
Okay, whatever.
No cigar.
Either way, Penn State got a very emphatic win.
Oh, that's such a good smell. Oh.
Got a very statement win for their season. Was it against Auburn? The final was 28-20.
Yeah, Auburn was ranked number 22, I think.
Yeah, Auburn and Penn State was ranked 10th. That shot them all. By the way, that shot them.
Bring up the updated rankings.
In the AP ranking, this is the AP rankings. Alabama is your number 1.
Yep, that's surprising.
Georgia's number 2. Oregon went up a spot. They are number 3 now.
Who'd they beat this past week? Mm-hmm. You could have just clicked on them.
Maybe it was a tune-up game
against
Stanford.
Oh, that's not a tune-up game. That's a conference game.
Stanford. They expose certain teams. They make it a hobby of exposing certain teams every year.
Yeah. Anyway,
they always have one team. OU fell down a spot to 4.
Okay.
Iowa is still at number 5.
Robbery.
Penn State jumped up 4 spots. They are number 6 now.
Oh, yeah.
A&M is number 7.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is number 8. Clemson fell down 3 spots to number 9. And Ohio State fell down a spot to 10.
And let's go ahead and round out the rest of the 25.
Florida is 11. Notre Dame is 12. Ole Miss jumped up 4 spots to 13. Iowa State is still at 14. BYU jumped up 8 spots to number 15. Arkansas jumped up 4 spots to number 16.
Oh, man.
Still glad they beat Texas.
Oh, I think everybody is, except,
Coastal Carolina fell down a spot to 17. Wisconsin is...
They won, though.
I have no idea.
I guess it was a close one against Buffalo.
Yeah. Wisconsin is still ranked 18th. Michigan went up 6 spots to number 19. Michigan State got into the rankings because they weren't ranked last week, up to number 20. North Carolina is still staying steady at 21. Fresno State jumped all the way up to 22. Auburn fell down a spot to 23. UCLA fell 11 at the biggest drop of all the top 25s. Dropped 11 spots to 24.
I don't think they should be ranked.
I don't really feel it. Yeah, a loss to that, you should not be ranked.
No. I didn't think they should have been ranked to begin with.
You know why? Because they beat LSU, that's why.
Oh, boy. Mizzou beat LSU last year, so what?
Okay. And then Kansas State is now in the top 25. They are ranked 25th.
As they should be. KU has been on a warpath this year.
Kansas State. You said KU.
Sorry. Kansas State has been on a warpath this year. Tommy, that's your threat to Oklahoma.
You really think... Really?
Yeah.
Not Iowa State?
No. Kansas State is. You know why? K-State's been doing it with defense.
It's true.
It's not because they're, an overwhelming offensive team. They have that as well. But they're doing what Mizzou did back in 03, 08, 11. Or 07, 08, 11. Where they just,
I don't know.
Good,
I feel like
good
State,
offense,
I feel like
good defense.
I still have that feeling Iowa State is going to be that team that's going to be Oklahoma.
I also have... So there are 3. I have 3 that I'll present to you.
Plus, when do the playoff rankings start? November? Or
yeah.
Late October.
Late October. Here are my 3 in the Big 12. Well, 4 in the Big 12 that I have that could beat Oklahoma.
Texas better not be one of them. Just don't know.
They are, because it's Red River Rivalry, and that game is just always a mess. So
it's always, as a football fan, that's always a good game, though.
So that's why they're on there. Kansas State, Iowa State, and then Oklahoma State.
That's true.
Oklahoma State went to BYU this past week and beat BYU. Is that this week? Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and talk about the games next week now. Tommy?
Or this Saturday. This is the Tuesday recording, or this Saturday, technically.
Yeah. So what do we have this coming week in college football?
We have some very interesting games in the top 25 slates. Let's start off with the 11 o'clock game that everyone might be talking about. This is actually an interesting one.
The big noon.
The big noon game on Fox. Number 12 Notre Dame against number 18 Wisconsin. That game is in Camp Randall, by the way.
No, it's not. It's at Soldier Field. It's a neutral site game.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, neutral site. I found that out too.
Okay.
It's a neutral site game at Soldier. I guess that's halfway between the two.
I guess.
I don't know. Either way, I hope Wisconsin wins.
Wisconsin is a 6-point favorite in this game.
They should be. They should be. I hope
know.
Wisconsin.
That's a very intriguing game.
Yeah, I hope Wisconsin embarrasses Notre Dame. So, in the words of Brian Kelly, he has to be executed.
I can't believe he said that.
I know. That is.
I know he said it as a joke, but like, damn, that's like a.
Good Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Bud.
Another game. Ooh, this is our 2:30 game for CBS. Texas A&M at Arkansas.
Oh! Arkansas is going to be embarrassed, humbled. It's going to be Iron Sheik. Ready? No, really, like, A&M is about to be the Iron Sheik, and Arkansas is going to be some lowly jobber. Iron Sheik, break your back, make you humble, put you in camel clutch. Around number 1, America.
I don't know. That game might. I mean, if anything taught us from the Alabama Florida game is that the 2:30 game can be very close.
Dude, it's a 2:30 game. It's the best.
I mean, very close.
It's the 2:30. Wait, is it in Fayetteville?
Yes, that game's gonna be close. And
Who's favored?
Texas A&M's only a 5.5-point favorite.
That's still more than I would have thought it would have been.
Here's the thing, though. Texas A&M also looks really good this season.
Yeah, they do. A&M is... Oh. Yep. I am ready for this. I am ready for this coming week. What else do we have this week?
Some other games we have from the top 25 slate. What else? Some interesting ones. I mean... West Virginia and Oklahoma. That's our 6:30 game.
So, I was talking to my dad about this. Where do you think... Has College Game Day announced where they're going to be this week?
I think they're in Soldier Field for the Notre Dame.
But they're not covering it. It's a Fox game.
It's the Big Ten. That's why. That's why. It's your only reason why.
Well, for that logic, they should have been doing, the A&M Arkansas game.
They could have. They're not going to.
No. But because of that means that's where the SEC Network's going to be this week. So, good job there, College Game Day. Yeah. You just gave the SEC Network a fucking layup.
I mean, that is the 2:30 game.
Yeah.
For the SEC.
But the SEC Network's an ESPN-owned one.
Yeah, I know. Either way, those are some really good games, especially, from the 11 o'clock game. Then that's the 2:30 game.
So, here's one that's not going to be in the top 25. I want you to look up. Go to either the Big 12 or the American Conference. There is a battle of undefeateds.
What, SMU and TCU?
We have the battle for the Iron Skillet this week. Tommy, they're both undefeated. What channel is that on? Have they announced it yet?
It's on FS1.
At what time?
11.
Oh, Tommy, I know what I'm watching Saturday.
I'm watching Notre Dame, Wisconsin, sir. Thank you very much.
That's fine. You can have that mainstream one. I want the battle for the Iron Skillet. The battle between Fort Worth and Dallas. The battle of the two religious schools in Texas. Southern Methodist University and Texas Christian University.
Let's look at not this week. Let's look at next week, because I think I might know where game day might be going.
Next week? I think I know too.
It might go down to three of them.
Yeah.
Maybe four.
Because isn't that...
Either they're going to the Hedges.
Yeah, because...
Or the game against Arkansas.
Say.
In Georgia. They might go to Notre Dame, because that game is...
Against Cincinnati? Yeah. It's another good one.
They could be going to Tuscaloosa. I mean, I feel like they might be.
Who's Tuscaloosa? Is that...
It's Alabama.
No, but...
They're playing Ole Miss.
That one's doubtful.
That's our 2:30 game next week. The week.
No,
after
that's
this?
a good 2:30 game.
That's a good 2:30 game. I mean,
Two of the most storied franchises.
I mean, they might go to Stanford for Oregon. They might go to Manhattan.
That one probably.
They might go to that one.
That one. But anyway, back to
that game is on 2:30 at Fox, by the way. On that second Saturday.
Oh, good stuff. Anyway, back to this past week, Tommy. The NFL did not disappoint at all.
I mean, the Thursday night game really didn't disappoint. Then again, it was two teams from the dumpster fire division.
But before we get that, Tommy, I won predictions yet again for the NFL.
I'm struggling. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm struggling.
We will get your next one. You know, this next batch coming up this week, but it's not looking good for you, brother.
No, it really isn't. There's a lot of games that you're just like, ugh, I really don't want to pick these. Ugh, and our Monday night game sucks this week.
Anyway, let's go back. This past week, you talked about the Thursday night game. Taylor Heineke is a god. Taylor Heineke.
That was actually, like, I remember just, like, I was at work that game, so I didn't really watch the entire game. I remember coming home to see the finish of it.
Taylor Heineke is amazing.
So the guy was, the first time, granted, I said the first time, New England, Washington misses their field goal kick to win the game, and I said to myself, God, wouldn't this be fucking hilarious if they miss it? And then once he proceeds to miss it, and then I see a flag, I'm like, there goes what I said. That's a foot and mouth moment.
Yeah.
And like he was clearly offsides too.
Yeah, he was.
It was like clear as day.
Yeah.
Kind of like those Pittsburgh players a couple years ago against the Chargers.
Yeah. But
either way, it was like, I don't want to say it was a good game.
It was a good game.
But it was.
It was a good game.
That was the problem.
Admit it.
It was.
Admit it.
That was the problem.
Join us. Join us. Join the madness.
Not joining the madness. That division is the dumpster fire.
Join the madness that this division is the best in football.
No, it's not. It's
yes,
the
it is.
Worst in
it's
football.
The best.
It's the worst in football.
It's the most competitive.
Dude, it sucked last year.
It was the best. All the teams had a shot.
Speaking of what sucked, speaking of that, we had a lot of injuries. I'm not going to list through them all. Like, you can, I know that, what is this going up on, a Thursday?
Thursday at noon.
You can go rewatch the U-Tree This Week in Sports Ball NFL edition week 2, and then you can look at all the injuries, COVID things, and all that for what happened during week 2. I'm not listing them all off because we
don't have the time or the resources.
That line is belligerent and numerous.
Good man.
Like it is a very long list of injuries, protocol stuff, and all that.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, I don't want to talk about the Saints. They look like shit.
Well, listen, my teams went 0 for 3 Saturday. Or
fine,
Sunday.
I guess we'll talk about it. The Saints lost to the Carolina. 26-7 was the final. Note it, we're in Kansas City, so I don't get that game. I think our noon game on Fox was what? Colts.
We will get to that one. We will get to that one.
I know, but still, that was our noon game on Fox.
Yeah.
Seeing certain highlights like on Twitter, through certain because I don't have Red Zone. By the way, Red Zone was down for a bit.
Yeah.
I have never had a giant existential crisis in my life than that. That was the worst feeling in the world when Red Zone was frozen. And they got unfrozen and all was right in the world.
Yay!
Yay!
Life is good again.
But either way, some of the highlights, you saw some of those highlights, right?
Unfortunately.
I felt like I was watching Jameis Winston in a Tampa Bay uniform.
Yeah.
He was making throws that he should have not made. Week 1, there were certain throws that he made that he did the smart decision. Either throw it out of bounds or just, check it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this time. He threw one into double coverage. He was just it was what was it? 2019 Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
He went he did the 30 for 30 thing.
Yeah.
30 touchdowns, 30 picks. Like, it was just like, Jesus Christ. It was so... Knowing that that's how the season's definitely... This is how the season's going to go for the Saints, by the way. It's going to be very... They're going to have the highs of highs and the very lowest of lows.
So...
Plus, as the day of recording this, the Superdome is on fucking fire. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I guess I should say the Superdome was on fire, because this is going out on a Thursday.
Yeah. So, you mentioned the Colts-Rams game. It's now my time.
I'll let you talk. And then we can talk about one of the 325 games. Or both
the other one.
Or both of them, actually. They're both
my other team that lost. So the Saints lost. I root for the Saints this year. My Colts.
I'll let you do this. I'll just sit back and relax.
Oh,
and listen to this.
my poor Colts. We are now 0-2 on the year.
Oh, should you also tell them what they announced on Thursday night, by the way? During halftime?
Yes, involving the Colts. So the Colts are now the subject of an in-season Hard Knocks.
It's the first time they've ever done it. Which is going to be interesting, though. Not going to lie. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting, but...
I feel like they should have done that a couple seasons ago.
But the Colts...
I honestly don't know how they're going to do that. Like, they have to edit it. They have to do voiceovers and all that stuff. And then they got to put it out. Like, when is it going to go out? On a Friday? Like, it would almost have to go out on a Friday, right?
I guess.
Oh my god. I'm just trying
the
to give
Colts...
you positive. I'm trying to give you positive because you're getting...
How can I be positive?
You're getting national exposure.
Our quarterback is now Eason! Eason is our quarterback! It's not good that we want Sam Ellinger to be a quarterback for the Colts right now.
I mean, I also kind of want to talk about the other game that happened between one of your teams.
The Viking, yeah, we'll get to that one. All right, listen.
Dude, we had a slate of good 325 games.
Yeah, listen, let me get through this painful one, and then you can bring up the other painful one.
Oh, anyway. I can bring up a pretty painful one, too.
We'll get to that. Anyway, Matthew Stafford is a quarterback that I have said for a long time is one of the most underrated players in the league, and that if he was on a competent team, he would flourish. Week 1, we saw him...
Oh, week 1, we saw him absolutely just destroy.
Dismantle the Bears, and it was a good feeling. Week 2... Second week in a row, the Colts welcome an NFC West team into Lucas Oil. And the Colts proceed to not score a fucking point until almost midway through the second quarter.
You scored 2 field goals.
Okay, a touchdown. How about that?
You scored 2 field goals. No, you didn't. You scored one at the start of the second, around the start of the second quarter, and then you scored a field goal at the end to walk it off at the half.
Red zone. 2 trips to the red zone to begin the game. First one of them, turnover on downs. Sure, why not? That's fine. I get going for it on 4th down in the red zone. The second trip to the red zone.
Hold on. Can I say something first? So since I'm a Saints fan in Kansas City, it's kind of hard to see certain games. I mean, I really didn't watch any NFL on Sunday. If I'm not mistaken, the CBS game got flipped over because it wasn't competitive enough, which I love them. I love it when they say that, by the way. It's like, all right, we're going to change this game because this game you were watching wasn't competitive enough.
The Colts, then, in the red zone, have a shovel pass picked off by the Rams.
It's a good old Carson Wentz pick, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
A shovel pass. A fucking shovel pass!
Did you calm down, sir?
Then the Colts finally fucking woke up, apparently. I don't know what the hell it was. They were just sleeping. They weren't the team that was jet-lagged or anything. It wasn't like they were playing on a team on the West Coast at noon. But then they, go out there and they smack the Rams around a bit. And then...
So by the start of the fourth quarter, you guys are down, what, 7?
Yeah. We tie it in this fourth quarter.
You guys tied it around 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, wow.
Shush. Carson Wentz becomes a magician for 2 straight plays. Just evading tackles and throwing doing amazing plays that if it had been Mahomes, ESPN and all the other outlets would have been creaming their pants. But because it's Carson Wentz.
We're going to talk about that game later, right?
Yeah, we are. Oh, and I will have much joy talking about that one. But because it's Carson Wentz, nobody cares. Whatever. Who cares? It's just Carson Wentz doing it.
I mean, they got him for pennies on the dollar from
the
Eagles.
Yeah, we did. And he's been decent, actually.
Yeah, and then the week 2 injury bug.
Shut! We tie the game on a touchdown. Thank the Lord. Game's tied. I'm going crazy in my basement. Or actually, in the living room. Because they tied it. Holy crap, they've tied it. Oh my gosh, we're about to beat the Rams. Rams proceed to score a touchdown the other way. By the way, the Colts took the lead with that.
They kicked the field goal.
To tie it. We had the lead. We then lost the lead to the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp happened.
Not gonna lie, Cooper Kupp has been looking fucking fan. This is me coming from a football fan. I know you're gonna get pissed off from me saying this. Cooper Kupp looked fucking awesome against Chicago and looked really great against Indianapolis. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he fucking did. And then we go down to kick a field goal to tie it. We're gonna actually, let me rephrase. We're going down. We have a shot to win the game. And then Aaron Donald injures Carson Wentz.
How does he injure Carson Wentz? I feel like that wasn't like...
Landed on both ankles while rolling with him.
Okay, I didn't watch the game, so I didn't really actually see that happen.
Yeah. Both body weight, all on his ankles, twisted him.
I know that he's a very heavy man.
Yeah. And he's twisting with him. We then kick a field goal to tie it.
Get on with it. You're dragging this.
The Rams go down, kick a field goal to win the game. The Colts...
No, it was one ankle. Remember, during the game, they said it was only, right or left ankle?
Mm-hmm.
It was later in the week that they said it was both.
I'm getting there.
It was I think it was Monday they said it was both.
I'm getting there. The Rams win. Congratulations to them. It was a hell of a game, but it just sucks.
Get on with it! Who the hell said that?
Carson Wentz has 2 high sprained ankles.
2 ankles. Fate has played a cruel twisted game with Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. What was it? 2015?
He wasn't drafted in 2015.
Or 2016?
Something like
2016, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because that was the year that they won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
That was 18.
Or 2016. I don't remember what 2016 was. Remember they had that really good season, and then he goes out with that knee injury?
Yeah, that was the year they won the Super Bowl. That was 18.
That was 18. Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of.
He was drafted in 17. Because it was him and Josh Allen.
I hate to say this, but that was almost...
Or 18.
His high point. I hate to say that, but it kind of was.
Yeah.
Because after that, 2019, he kind of had just a pedestrian season, and then 2020, it just went to fucking shit. Oh my god, get on with it. It's only week.
That's it.
It's week fucking 2.
That's all I got. Get on to the other pain that you want to put upon me.
It's week fucking 2. The Saints beat the Packers week 1 and then decide to not show up against the Panthers. Do you think I'm going to be like you against it? No, because I know that's how this...
Yeah, your quarterback's not hurt.
Yeah, exactly. No, but still, that's not how I think I don't lose 2 straight games to NFC West opponents.
Yeah.
Both at home, by the way, just thrown out.
Yeah, I know. So just hurt me with the other one already.
Can we talk about the Vikings-Cardinals game? And how...
There you go. Go ahead and hurt me with the final one.
I mean, hold on. I mean...
I'm just going to curl up and let you talk.
I mean, that and Dave Portnoy being an absolute madman and trying to bet $100K on the Cardinals. I remember showing you that tweet. He's like, he literally said it so pedestrian. He's like, I just put $100,000 on the Cardinals. And then Big Cat's like, Dave, there's a lot of game left. He's like, I know. That's why I did it. Or something like that. I don't remember. Either way, Kyler Murray looks really fucking good this season. I'm not going to lie. Like, really good. Will you grow a fucking pair and at least talk with me?
No, he does. He really does. And the
Kirk Cousins looked really good.
He did! Which is the part that sucks more.
Yeah, you like that? You like that?
Not really. I don't. I want to like it.
I mean, Dalvin Cook looked like, Dalvin Cook. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, no, he looks incredible per usual.
Oh, hold on. Before we talk about this, can we just talk about how Najee Harris literally committed...
Murdered a man? Okay, let's talk about the Raiders-Steelers game.
The Steelers the Raiders look really fucking good this season.
Yeah, they do.
They look scary good.
Yeah. It is.
For they look really good. I mean, they ended up beating the Steelers. Najee Harris literally committed manslaughter in the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Too bad it didn't matter.
That man had a fucking family, dude.
Maybe.
Jesus Christ.
Know. Maybe he doesn't.
That man, he did like a Derrick Henry. He picked him up a little bit and then threw his ass down on the ground.
Yeah. It was a chokeslam.
Like, good God.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna do to your ass someday.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But okay, whatever. Either way, back onto your Factory of Sadness mode. Cardinals and Vikings. You think, okay, this is a pretty interesting week. Very interesting week 2 matchup.
I would have preferred if we had just gotten slaughtered by Arizona.
Would you guys play week 1?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. You guys lost in overtime to the Bungles.
Oh, why did you have to remind me of that?
Because you asked. Because I forgot who they played in week 1, and you asked.
Yeah.
So just throw that out there.
Are the Bengals undefeated right now? Or did they lose to Chicago?
They lost to Chicago.
Okay.
Either way,
the world isn't ending yet, I guess.
I mean, the game is going pretty pedestrian. It's just at the end of the game everyone's talking about. It's not during the game. It's the end of the game. So, around what?
4 seconds left.
No, around, the 4-minute and 25 mark. Around the fourth quarter. Actually, wait. What kick was it that they were talking about?
Which one?
The one in Arizona.
The one that lost the game?
No, the one with, I think it was, yeah.
4 seconds left.
So, there's about, 4 seconds left. Minnesota takes the timeout. You're thinking, okay, they're going to kick this, 37-yard field goal?
They were at the 19-yard line.
37-yard field goal. You think for certain NFL kickers, that's an automatic, especially during that time. It's automatic.
Not
Minnesota.
Not when you're wearing purple and gold.
I mean, it's been evidently shown all over YouTube and TV and all that high leverage situation. Minnesota does not know how to kick a field goal.
See playoffs versus Seahawks.
That's why I said. It's very well they have a very well documented history of missing.
Gary Anderson against the Falcons.
Very, very well documented.
Blair Walsh's entire career in Minnesota.
So they end up missing the field goal. The final is 34-33 Arizona. What pours salt into the wound even more is the Minnesota call of them missing the field goal. Don't get me wrong. What's his name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name. Either way, I like him. He's really good at commentator and all that. Either way, it's like he had like the highest of highs, and then decides he's like hype as hell. He's like, fuck, he didn't say this. He's like, fuck yeah, we made it. And shit
finally,
like
we made a field goal.
He's like, finally, and he's like, oh no, we missed it. Like, I think I remember showing you like during one of the 325 games that call, and you literally like curled up in a ball and you went to a Factory of Sadness mode.
It's really hard to root for the teams that I root for.
You think it's been hard? You see what I've had to deal with the past couple of years as a Saints fan?
Yeah, but let's remember, I was a Chiefs fan during the peak years of Factory of Sadness mode. We were Frustrated Incorporated. Was the nickname.
You guys just choked away a lot of stuff.
No. 03, yeah. 08, we just got outplayed by the Colts in the playoffs.
You guys fucking blew that game. Just
in 08?
You guys blew that game.
In 08.
It was
22-8.
A little bit of both.
No, we just were outmatched. 2006. That was the year that the Colts went on to win the Super Bowl.
Pittsburgh kicked, 6 or 7, 6 field goals or something like that?
Oh, no, let's go in order. So I had 06, where we just got outplayed by the Colts.
We still have some more good games.
Then they lost to Baltimore in the playoffs in 2010 with Matt Castle at quarterback.
We have 4 more games to talk about.
Talk about the rest of the games.
We have 4 or 5.
The Vikings play the Seahawks this week. No!
Oh, yeah, they do.
And the Colts are at Tennessee.
You do have hard liquor at your house, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, just checking in. Just thought I'd let you know.
But we got something else going on Sunday, so I think I'll be drunk before the pay-per-view. So.
Did you make it here?
Oh no, I'll be here. I'll be watching the games here.
All right, we'll just go into pure football fan mode now with the next
the one where you got into where me and you both got into a fight.
We'll talk about that.
People
we'll
on
talk
Twitter.
about that next. We'll talk about the 325 game that we got.
Yeah.
We're talking Cowboys Chargers.
That was an incredible game.
That game was so. As much as I hate the Cowboys, that game was so fucking good.
Hey, Tommy, I got a question for you.
No.
How about them Cowboys?
God, I know 2 people of mine that hated the Cowboys won. And those 2 people are Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp. Like, he literally posted on Twitter the draw 25 or do something. It's like draw 25 or say something good about the Cowboys. And he has like the whole deck of Uno cards in one hand.
I can tell you something good about the Cowboys. I like their navy jerseys, which they wore.
By the way, so that kick to end the game, what a fucking boot by Greg Zuerlein.
Yeah.
That was a fucking boot.
He is easily probably the most underrated kicker in the league right now.
That was a boot.
That's Zuerlein,
that was
by the
a
way.
boot.
It's Greg Zuerlein.
Oh. I did say Zuerlein.
No, you said Zuerlein.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Zuerlein. Sorry if I offended anyone with that last name. If they're listening, I don't know.
Greg Zuerlein, one of the most underrated kickers in the league
Cowboys
right now.
end up beating the Chargers 20-17. I believe we had a taunting penalty in that game, by the way.
Multiple.
We had multiple ones.
Is this where we're going to talk about how much we hate that penalty?
I mean, we'll just talk
Tommy, it's the dumbest penalty that I've ever seen.
Dude, it's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb.
Like,
it's the worst. The absolute worst penalty ever. And I've seen bad penalties, and you know penalties called.
Yeah.
Like, it's just dumb that they're just like, it's the no fun league.
Striking what it is. It's a no fun league. That's why I want the XFL to be the extra fun league.
Either way, Cowboys beat the Chargers 20-17 on a last second field goal by Greg Zuerlein.
which seemed to be the theme
Very close games at the very end. And
decided by a field goal.
Or at least a point or two.
Well, no. Field goals.
Yeah, like at least 1 to 3 points.
The, Vikings missing, the Cowboys winning, and then...
Oh, by the way...
The one that me and you got into Twitter fights with people about.
Can we just talk about the Broncos-Jaguars? So that was
the murder?
That was our noon game on CBS, by the way.
The murder?
So they changed it, I don't know what time they changed it, but they said, all right, they did the good old usual, all right, we're going to take you on over to this game because this game you're watching is not competitive enough, which I love to hear sometimes.
It was not competitive at all.
Bro, Urban Meyer is looking at that USC job like, that job is mine. Even though he put out that statement.
Yeah.
It's not good luck. Not good luck.
No, not at all, but,
Either way, we'll go to a very highly debated game during and after.
Tommy, we fought people on Twitter.
I mean, you mostly did.
Well, I did your heavy lifting.
You did that. You're like the O-line. You're giving me blocks and all.
Yeah.
That,
oh God, was I?
So either way, Tennessee and Seattle. For certain, if you watch certain people like on the NFL Network or ESPN when they did NFL Live, they're like, Tennessee, this is like a must-win game. I'm like, I mean, it's week 2, but like, it's too early to say this is a must-win game. It's like, it's week 2.
Like, who are they gonna lose the division to? The 0-2 Colts, the Texans.
There's like 15 more games left in this season.
The Jaguars.
There's no way they would lose to the Jaguars.
Exactly.
Either way, all I'm saying is this is like, there's still 15 games left to play. There's still 15 games left in this season. It's not a hit the panic button. Like Schefter sometimes says, like, R-E-L-A... No, R-E-L-A-X, relax.
Mm-hmm.
He does that, too. Just, like, relax. Like, it's only week 2. They'll probably figure it out by, like, I don't know.
Week 7.
Probably week 7 or 8, probably.
Yeah.
It's somewhat the halfway point, kind of.
Yeah.
Either way, so let's start to one of the games, because Tennessee ended up winning this game by less points than they should have.
No, more points than they should have.
Well, let's talk about that Julio Jones touchdown that didn't count, even though it should have counted.
They still scored the touchdown in that drive.
Yeah, I know, but still, that touchdown should have counted. Like, literally, Julio Jones did a Julio Jones touchdown and did a toe drag swag. Yeah. Like, watching replays, I'm like, this is a fucking touchdown. But no, fucking ref ball said it's not a touchdown. But if you look at, I guess people were like saying, like, if you look at the picture Tennessee tweeted, like, the very, like, last cleat on, like, the back of his foot was, like, out of bounds, which is like, how the fuck are they gonna see, how the hell are they gonna see that? Like, how? How are they going to see that?
I don't know.
Like, I just don't understand that.
This is the game that I'm sitting back and letting you go.
Like, that actually kind of genuinely made me mad.
No, I know.
Not even more mad. So, either way, Tennessee comes back, ties this game. We're in overtime. Seattle's at the what? I don't remember.
7, 8, 9. Something like that.
They were at, like, around the what? They were backed up pretty deep. Let's put it that
7,
way.
8, 9, somewhere in there.
So, if you haven't seen... Did you post it on YouTube or not?
Your reaction?
Yes.
Yes, so we have the reactions to the NFL this past week on our Twitter, or on our YouTube channel. It's under B-Card.
Oh, did
NFL
you actually
Sunday.
put it on there?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I put the entire compilation of all the videos that we did.
So, either way, is Seattle's, like, pinned deep. And so Russell Wilson's dropping back. And he throws it away. Everyone
in the end zone.
He was in the end zone, by the way. In the end zone. Just throwing that out there. He's in the end zone. And throws it away. Statistically, that would be... And it clearly was... And I don't think there was a receiver in the area either. And he was still in the tackle box. Statistically, during regulation, that would be intentional grounding, which it occurred in the end zone, would incur as a safety. So that'd be 2 points for Tennessee. No, Russell Wilson did a Russell Wilson thing and Russell Wilson did a Tom Brady move and complaint and said, "No, I wasn't doing that." And I guess the refs listened. I don't know. Either way, the fucking NFL refs robbed us of a walk-off safety. You know how rare it is to have a walk-off safety in overtime? Doesn't fucking happen a lot. It doesn't. Now, if you want to see my reaction, go watch that video, because I explained it in very good detail.
An incredible
I'm going to say this. Russell Wilson had the entire fucking state of Washington behind him. And still they didn't call that. Like, and you can literally see he is I have a picture of the frame he is in the end zone throwing it away to no one for intentional grounding. Like, you can see it, obviously. You've seen it. Like, he is body and all in the end zone for safety. Either way, Tennessee still ends up winning this game. They get good field position from the punt all the way there. And
kick a field goal to win.
It. And
you had to fight. You sent me to fight your battles.
I had my O lineman
to fight his battles against some Tommy. Go ahead and tell the people what you called the people going at you on Twitter.
What, Seahawks marks?
Yes,
they were marks. They were marks.
I love how
actually there was one guy that came in to defend. It was actually this guy. I'm showing him another reply.
Yeah, that's right. That guy was with us.
So some random, I guess Seahawks fan or some fan of Seattle sports was literally like, where's the tweet? He literally starts forward progress, man. Like, he literally says that was forward progress and he was out of the end zone. But if you look at how he was being tackled into the end zone. Like, he was getting spun into the end zone. Like, I see, I'm watching the video right now, and it's like, he's clearly getting tackled into the end zone. He's backpedaling into the end zone for a safety.
How did I say it in my response? Just go through the entire exchange.
So, said Mark, I'm calling him Mark because I'm not saying his name, because, privacy is a very key thing.
Yes.
So, said Mark starts with forward progress, he was out of the end zone. You say forward progress would mean that he wasn't backpedaling like Dan Orlovsky against the Vikings. It also should have been intentional grounding because he was still in the tackle box. Although technically, it looked like
he was still in the tackle box.
One of his receivers was in the area of the throw.
No, because he threw it out of bounds.
So he threw it out of bounds though. So
yeah.
And then he says, I'm just gonna call him Mark.
Yeah. Call him Mark.
Then Mark says, you need to learn the rules. The tackle box isn't 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then you said, as long as he's still within the tackle box, he could be in Portland and it would still be intentional grounding, which is true. Like, you can go as far back as you want and and you're still in the tackle box, it's still intentional grounding. I get it. It sucks that your team lost, but it's week 2. Either way, the game is over and the Seahawks lost. It was a great game. And then he just says, you are wrong. And it says about being a good game or that in the end it didn't matter. Because either way, at this point, it's a moot point because the Titans won the game. Yep, they did. It's only week 2. You guys needed to win. They did it. And then you're like, bro, I'm a Colts fan. What are you talking about?
And he didn't respond after that.
No, he did not respond after that. But some other guy did and literally said he wasn't in the tackle box, though, with a crying emoji. And then he responded to the one that says, as long as he's still within the tackle box one, the one you said when he was in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So some other Mark said he wasn't in the tackle box, though, with a crying face emoji, and then the other...
Crying face, or...
Laughing crying face.
Okay.
And then Mark 1, I'm calling this guy Mark 2, and then Mark 1, the one that started this whole conversation, said exactly. Clearly, two of us know football and two of us don't know football. And you can tell who those two
Well, two are blinded by their sheer fandom for the Seahawks.
That's just how Seattle fans are.
I know. And that's why I didn't say anything after. Like,
I just said, I'm just
the fact that he didn't respond after I said, bro, I'm a Colts fan.
Says something.
Yeah, he's just like, oh. Like, Drew, I have no beef with the Seahawks. Just saying how it is. Alright?
Like you're right. Like, at the end, it still didn't matter. But
no, it didn't matter.
But goddamn, we were robbed of a walk-off safety.
Like, and that's the thing where I was like, why is he so mad about this? It didn't matter at the end.
So Tennessee ends up getting what some people would say a crucial win in week 2 against Seattle in Seattle.
Whatever.
Week 2, whatever. They won a game. Yeah,
Whatever.
Yippee, after playing a goose egg in week 1. We go to the night game. Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Oh, boy.
Chiefs-Ravens was our Sunday night game.
And Tommy...
It did not fucking disappoint.
It felt so good.
It didn't disappoint. I'm just going to be honest with you. Did not disappoint at all. And I am so happy that it didn't. So if you follow Barstool and all that, you've seen the video of them, like, before the game started. They did Omar's whistle during, Oh.
What was that? Okay, anyway.
What was that?
That was my dad.
Oh. Either way, they did Omar's thing. They did, like, Omar's whistle from The Wire, which was, like, really cool.
Because it was based in Baltimore, if you didn't know.
And then I guess Ray Lewis was at that game. I'm just gonna say that Ray Lewis was at the game. Off microphone, I did a joke and you just died laughing. I did a couple of jokes.
Oh, very poor choice of words with that.
What? I told you jokes off.
No, I know. And I
camera.
What?
You're just like on the floor, just.
That's not what
he's dying laughing.
Very poor choice of words.
Very poor choice.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that Ray Lewis killed me?
No, I'm saying is that you literally got up, went down on the floor, and started laughing your ass off.
Yeah.
Because I said that.
Yeah. Are you saying that Ray Lewis killed it with his introduction?
Oh, that dance is amazing. Not gonna lie, that dance is always the best. I'm not gonna lie.
He killed it with that dance, is what you're saying.
Shut the hell up. You're telling me that, and then here you go with that.
Yeah. I didn't tell you not to make the joke.
Either way,
he murdered it out there.
The game started. I can't believe the game started like this. Literally, what was it? The first play of the game.
First or second, something like that.
It was the first play of the game. First play of the game, Lamar Jackson throws a pick 6 to Tyrann Mathieu. We're not even 50 seconds into this game, and they already score.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we were 50 seconds into this game, and he already scored.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs already scored.
Yeah.
They scored at the 14-minute and 10-second mark. 50 seconds.
Yeah.
And then Baltimore comes back with a 2-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. I don't remember that one.
We stopped watching the game because we were doing our podcast.
We were doing something.
We were recording a We Are Not Entertained podcast at that point.
And then during the recording, we see Patrick Mahomes do Patrick Mahomes thing and throw a 33-yard bomb to Marcus Robinson.
Yeah.
We both literally turned around. I saw the highlight and I was like, Jesus Christ, holy hell.
Yeah.
So that ends the first quarter. 14-7 Chiefs. You're like, okay, this is really good.
Per usual, it's another great game for the Chiefs.
Yep. And then, second quarter around. Will you stop doing that? Latavius Murray goes in for a touchdown. It's tied 14 apiece. Darrell Williams goes in for a 2-yard run. Kansas City's back up 7, 21-14. And then Justin Tucker makes a 43-yard field goal to end it's at the end of the to get it at halftime. And if I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs did get the ball at the start of the half, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yes I do believe they did.
Speaking of which, you want to talk about automatic kickers? Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Other than that one missed extra point against... The one I can always think of, he really missed that, was the game against the Saints, where he missed that extra point to tie it, or go ahead.
Very true. Very true.
I was like, there's no way in hell he missed that. And then I saw the replay, I'm like, oh my god, he actually did miss it. Holy hell. Either way, and then around the third quarter, around the 12-minute mark, Patrick Mahomes did another Patrick Mahomes throw. Jesus Christ. Like, Patrick Mahomes was putting on a show. Hell, both Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes were putting on a show. They both didn't really disappoint.
Yeah.
Even though Lamar threw 2 picks.
Oh,
but
I know. Mahomes threw a pick. His first one in September.
Oh, yeah, that's true. By the way, Lamar Jackson did a jump pass. Twitter went wild that he actually did that. Hell, I was like, no way he actually did a jump pass. And then seeing how, yeah, he actually did a jump pass. Good for him.
Yep.
And then, like, around, like, the 6-minute mark or something, like, around, like, later down the third quarter, Travis Kelce just, ugh.
Go ahead, get your feelings out about Travis Kelce.
No, that's something for off camera. I'm not saying that on.
Just how you feel about him.
It's a douchebag.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bro, I don't care. You shaved your beard and you're like, clean look. You're a douchebag. You got kicked out too late. Shut up. Either way, Travis Kelce did a 46-yard run for a touchdown. Like, no one was, like, around him. I feel like everyone was, like, backing away from him for some reason. And then, was it the first one or the second one Lamar Jackson did? Because he had 2 rushing touchdowns this game, by the way.
Oh, the one where he jumped? That was the second.
I think that was the second one. So the first one, they go in. They failed the 2-point conversion. This is at the start of the fourth quarter, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Around the end of the fourth quarter is where things get very interesting.
Oh, yes.
It kind of started with what? The Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumble?
No, that was the precipice of it.
That was kind of like how it started.
Well, I mean, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. No, I guess you could say it was around... No. That was... Yeah, the fumble was kind of like the beginning of the end. Where, like, you know... Kansas City's up at this time by, like... Kansas City is driving, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
To get into field goal range. And then, like, they're going. Baltimore doesn't have that many timeouts left. Baltimore had 1 timeout left. Kansas City basically had 4 because they took it down to the 2-minute warning. So after that, they had 3 left. After the 2-minute warning goes in, he throws it to Kelce for, like, 7 yards. And then this is where it gets interesting. Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbles the football. And I mean, like, clear as day fumbled the football, too. Like, right behind him. And then, you know, Baltimore recovered it. And then that's where Baltimore just started, you know. You want to talk about giant fucking stones?
No. What did Baltimore do? They ran the ball.
They ran the fucking football the entire time.
That's what I love to see.
Although, what was cool about... and then, Jim Harbaugh, you know, growing a pair of, like, these giant...
Bouncy ball.
Giant fucking stones. And decides... So, have you seen the videos of like, what led up to that?
Mm-hmm.
He literally goes, Lamar, you want to go for it? And then I guess Lamar said, yeah. He's like, okay. I'm like, that... I want to say that right there. That's, like... the ultimate, like, you can trust your quarterback to do that.
Yeah.
Also, hell of a fucking, like, gutsy call by Harbaugh just to go for it at that point. Well, then again, you almost kind of had to go. As much as I hate to say it, they could have punted it, but...
That would have been a horrible decision.
It would have been a absolute terrible decision on Harbaugh's end to do that. That would have been like something that's something his brother would do, by the way. Just throwing it out there. Do I sound like a dick? Yeah, kinda. Do I sound like a dick? Yeah, kinda. But
you are one for that one. You are one for that one.
I mean, he would definitely do that against Ohio State.
Ooh. Yeah, damn.
So either way, like, they go for it on 4th down, and Lamar runs the ball for 2 yards for the win.
Yep.
You want to talk about... That's some, like, fucking stones to trust your quarterback to get you 2 yards when the game is on the line.
Yeah.
And I was like... I remember looking at you, and we, like, looked at the screen, and I'm like, God, I fucking love football. Like, because, like, that was, like... amazing. That whole sequence around the end of the game was just poetry in motion.
Oh, hell yeah, it was. Plus, the only thing that was better was seeing all the salty Chiefs fans. Hang on. Let me rephrase. Salty. I'm putting quotations up. Chiefs fans on Twitter. Oh, it was. Oh, look, they're showing a highlight of the game right now.
Oh, by the way, that second touchdown, he just did like
one.
He just did like a cartwheel or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a flip or like a cartwheel or something like that into the end zone.
Yep.
Which is like, yeah, that kind of like put the game on ice for him.
That was for the lead, I do believe.
That was for the lead. Because they were still, I think, either down one or tied, if I'm not mistaken. They were down one. So, like, certain coaches would be like, okay, let's just kick the field goal and get the hell out of here. But no, like, having Lamar Jackson, who can just basically run the ball like it's nothing, they're like, fuck it, let's just go for it. And all that, especially on that 4th and 2. It was 4th and 2, by the way. 4th and 2. Like, if you were a Baltimore fan, you had to have been, before that play, you had to have been absolutely shitting your pants.
Oh, yeah.
And as a football fan, I kind of was too. I'm like, God, what the fuck are they going to do here? Like, they could either punt it, but that would be a giant mistake. Like, just fucking go for it. And they did. And it showed you how much these two giant stones Harbaugh has on when it calls to high leverage situations.
Mm-hmm.
How was, like, post-Chiefs Twitter? Like, post-game Chiefs Twitter? I mean, we did see that video of Jackson Mahomes assaulting a guy with a water bottle.
Please explain that. I'll let you do that.
I mean, I guess when they lost the game, I guess there was a guy that was, like, really right up on, like, the wall where the suites are, I guess, in where Baltimore plays.
M&T Bank
Stadium. So he's like, oh, you guys lost. And, like, he's talking shit and all that. And I guess Jackson Mahomes,
renowned piece of shit.
Renowned TikTok star. God. I can't believe I just... Hold on, I gotta take a pause right quick. I don't know why I just said that. Either way, he has a water bottle in his hands, and he literally just uncaps it and then just pours it all over the dude.
The dude is recording this, by the way.
So he is recording this, by the way, and as the good old boy Adam Schefter would say,
assault.
That's assault.
That's assault. He assaulted that guy.
He just assaulted that guy.
Yep.
Like, it really shows you how butthurt certain people are after Chiefs losing a game.
And Twitter was
winning because isn't there something to say? Oh, Twitter was just
phenomenal.
Twitter was phenomenal during this entire game.
Phenomenal. Oh, Tommy.
It was like Twitter during the NBA. Like, there's times where it's like Twitter is the best. It's during
the NHL,
during postseason sports,
during the NHL and NBA playoffs, seeing those two fan bases go to war with each other.
Dude, the NBA playoff, like NBA Twitter during the NBA playoffs, is some of the best stuff ever.
Yeah. Hard to disagree.
That's like some of the best stuff. Some of the best memes come out of NBA Twitter.
Like, oh, it was just great.
During the season too. I was
as a now former Chiefs fan,
How was it, by the way? Because I didn't really want to go into that cesspool.
Well,
of toxicity.
As someone who has lived in that cesspool his entire life,
Facebook had to have been worse. By the way,
I don't know. I
bet you Facebook was worse.
Reddit was fun.
Reddit had to have
Chiefs
been enjoyable.
Reddit was hilarious. People were already calling for Brett Veach's head. They wanted Andy Reid fired. They wanted to kill Steve Spagnuolo.
I'm gonna say this again. It's week 2. Like I said during the Titans Seahawks game, it's week fucking 2. People, calm down. Don't hit the panic button just yet.
No. Chiefs fans, hit the panic button, please. Please continue to do it. As C-Dot, a local sports celebrity.
Because they were smoking that undefeated pack, even though they shouldn't have smoked it.
Exactly, because they're stupid. C-Dot, a local sports talk radio host here in Kansas City, said, following this game, I now realize that Chiefs fans are exactly like KU basketball fans, which is way too accurate.
That is overly accurate. Oh, by the way, I know we're talking about college football, but there was a tweet that C-Dot also tweeted that said Nebraska football has I gotta pull it up. I have it pulled up right here. Give me 2 seconds.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, it says, CDOT quote tweeted this, by the way. It says, Nebraska literally makes the last 10 years of KU football look positive. And and this is literally the video of what's-his-face. And he says, as a professional liar, that is not true. That is not true. That is nowhere near true.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the NFL. It's been glorious. I can't wait because who do the Chiefs play this week?
They play the Chargers.
Bottom of the barrel in the AFC West.
That game is here in Arrowhead, by the way. Just throwing that out
So
there.
what you're saying is it's the bottom of the barrel in the AFC West playing against each other. The two teams at the bottom of the division.
I mean, they're both above 500.
No, they're both at 500.
Or they're at 500, sorry.
But they're at the bottom of the division.
Yeah.
Because the Broncos and Raiders are... How much must that be killing Chiefs fans right now? That the Broncos and Raiders have a better record than them right now.
Oh, they're rolling in their grave.
And the Raiders beat the Ravens, but the Chiefs couldn't.
That's actually it. Like... Now, granted, the Ravens were on the road for this game. On the road against... They were in the Death Star.
Who cares?
But still, I mean,
who cares?
They lost to the Raiders.
The Raiders fans have been going right at the Chiefs fans for that.
Yeah.
It's been great.
They should have.
Yes! Yes!
What else? That game is at Arrowhead, by the way.
That's fine. You ready to do pick'ems?
Yes.
Or do you want to talk about the Monday night game, which was kind of there?
I mean, that bad man.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Hell, both Goff and Rodgers looked really good in this game.
Yeah. But Packers won 35-17.
Yeah, here's the final stat line for Aaron Rodgers. 22 of 27, 255 yards passing, 4 touchdowns.
I played against him in fantasy this week.
Although, you did have Aaron Jones, though. Which he kind of went off for, by the way.
Only because DeMarco Murray's no longer in the league.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did have a rushing touchdown, too.
Yeah, I know.
He had 4 touchdowns for the day. 67 yards rushing, 1 rushing touchdown. But Aaron Jones had 48 yards receiving, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Devontae Adams, even though he didn't get a touchdown, had 121 yards receiving.
Yeah. Good for him.
I mean, the stuff... If you saw him in week 1, he looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like a saboteur.
Yeah, it did not look good for him.
It did not really look that great for him. But either way,
yeah,
week 2, he looked a lot better.
Yeah, very much so.
I feel like they weren't prepared. I also feel like they weren't prepared to play in Jacksonville at a neutral site.
Yeah, I mean, but, either or. All right, anyway, ready for pick'ems this week?
For both football and NFL?
You mean NCAA and NFL?
Yeah, just football.
All right, give us the top college games this week.
Notre Dame and Wisconsin.
What is the line?
Wisconsin is a 6-point favorite.
Over under? Although we barely do over under.
46.5.
Okay. Who do you got? We'll start with you. 6.5 is a line?
It's actually 6 now.
Okay.
It's just 6.
All right. Tommy, you go first, per usual. Who do you got and why?
Wisconsin.
And you're taking the line as well?
No.
So you're going to take Notre Dame?
I mean, I'm picking Wisconsin to win, but I don't think they're going to win
So
6 points.
So you take Notre Dame to beat the spread?
Pretty much.
Okay, so you're going to take Notre Dame and beat the spread. I'm inclined to agree with you on that.
Actually,
but
I'll take Wisconsin outright.
All right. I think it's going to be a closer game. I would love if Wisconsin just blew
6
out.
points just sounds like 6 points is just so fucking much for this game.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I don't know what they know that we don't.
I like the under in this game though.
Yeah, it's a Big Ten football game. Hell yeah.
It's at a neutral site, by the way.
What's the over under?
46.5.
So that's what? And the most one team could score if it's like a 1-point game is 24-23? I don't know about that. I think somebody scores in the 30s and the other one gets high 20s.
I don't know. It's a neutral site game. This just screams under.
I don't know. Anyway,
Other marquee game for college football: number 7 Texas A&M at number 16 Arkansas.
And you said A&M is favored by 3?
5.5.
5.5.
The over/under in that game is 47.5. It wouldn't surprise me later on in the week if that goes down.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up.
Or up. I don't know.
But,
I don't know, man.
I'm taking...
I'll let you do the first pick. I want to see what you do.
A&M.
You're taking him outright.
Yep. I think A&M's going to outclass Arkansas in this one. Arkansas's not at that level yet.
No, I know, but still, this game is in Fayetteville.
Arkansas has a horrible track record playing top teams at home. On the road, they're dangerous.
Oh, that is, actually, I take that back. That actually is true.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I
forgot.
Is this in Little Rock?
No, this game is in Arlington. I forget they kind of.
So neutral?
It's a neutral site game. That changes things. I didn't know they were not playing. I didn't know they were. Wait, they always do this. They always play in. Yes, they do. They always play in Arlington.
Oh, all right. All right. That would explain why they're only a 5-point favorite.
Still got A&M winning this game though.
Yeah, I got A&M outright.
Yeah.
Because again,
it's pretty much going to be a home game away from home for A&M.
Yeah.
Possibly, I could be.
No, it will. It will because it's Arlington. I don't think College Station's that far away. It's probably closer than Fayetteville is.
I think so.
But no, I've got A&M outright. I think they're just gonna show they're gonna show Arkansas what it's like to be top tier in this league.
Well, I mean, they are top tier. They beat Texas.
That's not top tier in the SEC.
You know what I meant.
No,
you know what I meant. Since
Yeah,
they're
I
leaving
know.
the Big 12 to go to the SEC with Oklahoma.
No, that's like, I think that's going to be the equivalent of beating, like, Tennessee going forward.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game.
West Virginia. West Virginia at Oklahoma. This is our night game on the ABC.
Okay.
Oklahoma's a 16.5-point favorite.
I'm taking...
That's our night game? Actually, I'm going to change that. We're gonna call an audible and look at a different game.
No, I'll do that one. Give me the Battle of the Skillet. I've been hyping that one up.
Okay.
And we do one off the beaten path every week when I'm coming up with them.
Was it TCU SMU?
Yeah. So Big 12 or...
This is an 11 o'clock game at TCU.
Yeah, at Fort Worth, in Fort Worth. What's the line? Over under.
TCU is a 9-point favorite at home against SMU.
Good God, I'm taking SMU.
However, the over-under is 64 in this game.
That makes sense. Give me SMU. Give me...
You're taking SMU and the points?
Well, okay. If TCU wins, it's not going to be by 9.
I agree with you.
But I'm also thinking SMU might just win this.
Yeah.
Everybody's been sleeping on SMU, bud. I told you that there are 2 teams in the American Conference that's going to give... 3 teams that are going to give Cincinnati fits.
Should we also predict where game day is going
next week?
After this week?
No, we won't.
I could give a good idea.
Yeah. Who's BYU playing this week?
Is BYU playing this week?
Yeah, we might as well just pick BYU games all week. Every week.
Fuck, that's right. They're not ranked. Oh, wait.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They play...
Is this Washington State this week?
They play South Florida.
South Florida?
Yeah.
What's the line and who's... Well,
BYU's a 23-point favorite. I'm not picking that game.
It's at BYU, too?
Yes.
There's going to be no South Florida fans going to Provo.
Yeah,
Why did they agree to that game?
That game's in Provo.
Yeah.
That's 23 points. BYU's favored by 23 points. I'm not touching that game with anything. I'm not touching that game at all. I'm not. That's ugh.
All right, fine. Let's get some action. Get me a action game.
A Maction game?
Give me some action right here, bud. Give me some action. I want some craziness. Let's get crazy.
You see the closest line that's like super close. Western Michigan's only a 3-point favorite against San Jose State.
That's not a action game.
Oh, between two MAC teams?
Yeah. I want 2 MAC teams. What we got this week? Any of them?
Toledo plays Ball State.
Oh, hell yeah. That's action right there.
Ball State is a 4.5. Or Toledo's a 4.5 point favorite in Ball State.
At Ball State. So in Muncie?
Yeah.
What's the line on that one?
Toledo's a 4.5 point favorite.
Uh-huh.
Over under is 57. They are on the road, by the way. Toledo's on the road.
What are the records?
They're both 1-2 right now.
So Toledo had to have beat had to have won their game pretty convincingly.
Their
Then.
last game they won was against Norfolk State, 49-10. They proceeded to lose their last 2 against Notre Dame and Colorado State.
That's right. They played
32-29 against Notre Dame, and then 22-6 against Colorado State.
They played Notre Dame close.
Yeah.
What about Ball State?
Ball State, their first game was against Western Illinois.
They won that
31-21.
Okay.
They then lost to Penn State 44-13, and then lost to Wyoming 45-12.
Ooh. 4.5 line? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah?
Who you got?
Give me Toledo.
You're going
I
Toledo?
want Toledo.
Just so we have, a difference here, I'm going to go Ball State because I feel like there might be something special cooking in Muncie right now.
Mm-hmm. Even though I've never watched those two teams play.
I've watched them play.
I don't even think we can get that game that game's probably like on ESPN Plus or something like that.
No, it's probably on the ESPN.
Plus, yeah.
U.
No, they wouldn't put that game on the U.
Does it show what? No? Okay, so it's probably CBS Sports Network then.
Actually, hold on, let me check. Let me double check that.
Yeah, check it. Because if that's available.
That game is on ESPN Plus.
Yes! I love it!
Do you want to do NFL games?
Yeah, we always do NFL games. NFL game time. Let's start with the Thursday night game because we always do Thursday night.
Panthers-Texans.
All right. Tyrod Taylor is hurt.
Carolina, yeah, they don't have a quarterback. Because Deshaun is...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Just say yeah.
Yeah. Carolina is a 7.5 point favorite. Over-under is only 43, though.
Give me Carolina.
I got Carolina to win this game, too.
Yeah, because the Texans aren't going to... They're not going to beat...
I don't like picking my teams, though, so I'm not picking the Saints-Patriots game.
No, that's fine.
Also, it wouldn't surprise me if they lose that game.
Yeah, listen. Anyway. Next.
Do you want to do Chiefs and Chargers?
Sure.
Kansas City is a 6.5 point favorite.
In Arrowhead.
Game is in Arrowhead. Over-under is 55.5, however.
That's probably going to be the highest out of all the NFL games.
I like how we can say that, and then it'd be the lowest scoring game possible.
It won't.
Oh, no, absolutely
It
not.
won't. Who you got? Oh, actually, the Seattle Vikings game is higher. It's at 55.5. Anyway, who you got in this one?
Chiefs and Chargers game's 55.5.
So's Tampa Bay and the Rams.
I'm going to ask you, who do you have in this game? This game is in Arrowhead, by the way.
Who do I want to win, or who do I
want the
think
Chargers to win.
I want the Chargers to win.
Chiefs are going to win this game.
Yeah. The Chiefs are going to win this game.
As much as it pains me, but I think the Chiefs will win this game.
Yep.
Because there are teams that sometimes play very poor in Arrowhead. There are teams that play very poor in Arrowhead.
Chargers aren't one of them.
The Chargers, I mean, they could give them a fight.
But all right, let's do the Buccaneers at the Rams.
So we got 2 3:05 games this week.
Mm.
Bucks at the Rams?
Yep, Bucks at Rams.
Tampa Bay is only a 1-point favorite.
That's basically just a pick 'em. Like, take your pick.
Tampa. Tom Brady's the house. You can't bet against the house because the house will always
This
win.
is his first time in L.A.
In the new stadium.
No, playing in L.A.
What?
That's a stat that came out. This is the first time Tom Brady has ever played in L.A.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's a stat that's come out. Tom Brady's first time ever playing in L.A.
Okay. How the fuck is that a stat? How is that a stat? How is that like a tidbit?
I don't know. I mean, whatever. I have the Rams.
I said this the best when the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl in February. Betting against Tom Brady is like betting against the house. The house always fucking wins.
However, whose house? Our house. The saying that the Rams have.
Well, I mean, there'll be more Rams fans than Tampa fans in there. I can tell you that. Unlike last Sunday. By the way, did you see? You showed me that video?
Yeah.
Right? There was like a lot more Dallas fans than Chargers fans.
It sounded like a home game for the Cowboys.
Pretty much was.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Chargers are the Clippers of the NFL. They'll have really good teams, and then they'll fucking choke it away in the playoffs.
They'll have really good teams, and no one will care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Clippers will always play second fiddle to the Lakers, no matter how bad the Lakers are.
Yep.
Ooh, that's actually a very interesting Sunday night game.
Oh?
Packers 49ers.
Ooh. I am intrigued, sir.
San Fran is a 3.5-point favorite.
Really?
San Francisco is a 3.5-point favorite at home.
Packers.
Dude, I don't...
Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to lose to the Niners.
Bro, I honestly don't know with this game. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I can't give you an honest answer on this one.
You gotta give me one. Come on.
This is going to be such a good game, though.
Oh my god, it's gonna be the best.
I can't believe we're going to watch Extreme Rules and not this game.
Yeah, well,
I know. Oh, man.
Who do you got? Who you got? Who you got? Come on, Tommy. Tommy, you must give pick. Must give.
Dude, I can't. Dude, I honestly can't.
Say team.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Packers.
Did you take them outright? You took that plus 3.5?
Well, yeah, that's outright. Packers are winning.
Yeah, give me the Packers.
Yep. All right. And
then...
Monday night. What is Monday night?
Oh, I can't believe this is our Monday night game. Are you joking?
How crappy is it? How crappy is it?
Eagles, Cowboys.
Yes!
No.
Let's go!
No.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh my god, and then week 4 we start off with a
Shit,
shitter
we
of a
don't-
game.
we don't-
I know, but
we don't
still,
care.
I'm looking ahead and
I
we
know.
have a shitter of a week 4.
What is the line for Eagles Cowboys?
So this is in Arlington.
This is in Dallas.
This is in Jerry World.
How about them Cowboys?
Dallas is a 4-point favorite at home. The over-under is 51.5. I can't believe this is our Monday night game.
Give me the Cowboys!
I'll take Cowboys. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll go with the Cowboys.
All right, and that has been our pick'ems for this week.
I feel like I'm getting absolute shit on this week. I already know it. I already have that feeling. I have that feeling we're getting shit on it. But hey, it's a new week. Things can change.
Here's the thing. Me and you I don't think, differed on any of the NFL ones.
No, I think we agreed on all the NFL ones, so we're both going to do equally as shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, an update on that Superdome roof catching fire. They did not elect a new pope. Just throwing that out there.
What the hell?
Is it the Saint? Like, they're the Saints. I mean, like,
Okay.
you've never seen that where like the black smoke. I don't remember how they do it with the Pope. It's like black smoke. Either there's a new. I forget if it's black smoke. There's a new Pope, or white. There's not a new Pope.
Okay, that's weird. Whatever. That's
Either way, only one injured with minor burns. That could have.
Yeah.
To be honest, thank God.
Anyway, wrap up time. Tommy, anything you want to plug going forward before we do the normal post-show shenanigans?
Congrats on the Monarchs.
Oh, yes. So go ahead. I mean, if you want to say it.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
I'll let you explain it.
So the Kansas City Monarchs are an independent professional league team here in Kansas City. Well, Kansas City, Kansas.
They're in Wyandotte County.
Yeah,
Kinda
Wyandotte County.
Like how Sporting, like they're Sporting Kansas City, even though they play in Wyandotte.
Yeah. On the Kansas side, me and Tommy have been going to some of their games this year. It's been a lot of fun to go to those games.
They actually are quite fun. They're just T-Bones games, basically.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, they just changed their name.
They completed a 3-game sweep for the Association of American Professional Baseball League over the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. Me and Tommy were in attendance. We had really good seats. It was probably the best crowd that I've seen at one of those games in a long time.
There's so many people at that game because the games we went to, there was no one there.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people. And they won. They won 8-1. Congratulations to Paulo Orlando, the former Royal who won a World Series ring.
He scored a touchdown and got a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, there you go. That's one way to put it. But there we go. The Monarchs are champions. Me and Tommy were very excited about that. We were cheering our heads off. So congratulations to the Monarchs. Hats off to y'all. Y'all doing Kansas City very proud with that. Anything else, Tommy, you got? Or do you want to just go to the normal plugs that we have?
No, that's it.
That's the only thing you wanted to get in?
That's it.
All right.
Do you want something? Do you need to get something in?
No, I was just going to do our normal plugs now. That we, stuff we have going on. So, Sunday, where's that title at? You get that title and clutch it. I want you to hold that title close.
Champa.
Yeah.
Goldie's staying with me.
Yeah.
Goldie is staying with me, by the way.
Yeah.
He's staying with me. I have this, like how Champa does it with his, how he did it with his, when he had his, I wouldn't say with a Reign of Terror, but, his, giant, long NXT run. I'm standing up while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Let me do what I do.
The Sunday is Extreme Rules. We have predictions. I still need to confirm that the third man is still coming.
I hope the third man's coming.
I do too. We will do predictions day of show on the channel.
Because WWE doesn't like to
announce
cards announce the full card until what?
The day of the show.
Saturday. Probably the Saturday.
So we have that. Tune into that live stream for Extreme Rules right here on the channel yet again. We got 30 views the last time.
We're also we're not doing Crown Jewel, but...
Yeah, we're not doing that one. I refuse to do a pay-per-view for blood money.
It's oil, not blood money.
Yes, both. Anyway, that next week, Monday, we have none other than another episode of We Are Not Entertained. Tommy, we will be recapping the newest episode of Dark Side of the Ring, the episode about Chris Kanyon.
That one's...
I can't wait for that one.
I can't wait for that one. That one's going to be interesting. Although I feel like I'll have to watch that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, which, we'll probably watch it before we do the, review of it.
Yeah.
We'll talk later about how we're going to do that. But yeah, so we have that. So We Are Not Entertained. If you haven't watched that, go watch that.
Go give it a listen.
Yeah. Go watch our reactions to NFL Sunday. Those are up on the channel now. And then this Sunday is our live reactions to Extreme Rules, which once again, the B-Card Championship is on the line. And Tommy...
This is staying with me.
The loser has to take a wrestling move
Dude, I feel like if the third man shows, we're screwed. Just throwing that out there. We are absolutely screwed if he shows up.
I don't know. I feel like you'll probably have something up your sleeve, you vindictive little man.
Who knows? We may never know.
Kind of like how many takes it takes to get into a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know.
I'm coming for that title. I hope you know that.
No, you're not.
I'm taking back it. She's coming home.
You're taking back it?
Yeah.
You mean you're taking it back?
No, I'm taking back it.
No, you're taking it back. That's the wrong grammar, genius.
I'm taking her back. She's mine. She's coming home. She's coming home.
She said, screw you. I need a new home.
Then she'll go to the third man.
I don't want that to happen.
Lord knows what'll happen if it goes to the third guy.
Lord knows what'll happen if that happens.
Oh, my Lord. Him and his girlfriend?
I feel like I'll have to sanitize it before I give it to him.
Yeah. But, you know, we will see you all Sunday. Until then, I've been Brock Gordon.
I've been Tommy Haley.
And from all of us here at Big Time Talkers, we will bid you adieu, folks.
Staying with me. Staying with me.